Hey guys, Nicole here. Welcome back to my channel. I am needing to get a few more projects done around the house, mostly things that I'm planning on selling in my antique booth. So I'm going to take you actually out into my garage and show you what kind of inventory I have on hand and what I'm planning on working. I'll probably choose something that's going to be quick and easy. And I have had some sales online in my booth, so I need to replace a certain few like specific items. So I'm going to take you out to my garage and show you what I have on hand. So I have to keep my inventory just kind of smushed onto this one side of our garage. I already pulled out and cleaned off a few windows. So if you haven't watched my window upcycling video, I'm planning similar projects for these 3 windows here as I do in that video. And luckily I went to Hobby Lobby right before the quarantine started, so I have a lot of wreaths to work with and to put on those windows. And I will link that video below if you have not watched that one yet. It's just another DIY tutorial. I have a bunch of frames here. I know they're hard to see. They all kind of blend together. I have like 3 wooden frames here. I have some barnwood boards down there to make signs with. That's like an old chicken coop door I'm going to turn into a sign. Here I have a couple more old windows and like a really big, really dirty old mirror that I don't know what I'm going to do with, which is why it's still out here. These just need cleaned up. A little washing board, and it's like an old sifter. And back here I have a really cool, it's just a huge window. So that's something I need to fix up. This is just an oak secretary desk I got at a yard sale last summer. And I need to do something with that. Here's just some of the wreaths I bought recently. Mostly boxwood because that's pretty popular right now. So this ironing board is something I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to flip it around and use it to make a laundry sign. And I'm not sure if I'm going to sell that yet or put it next to my newly updated laundry room, which I really am loving. But that is definitely one project we're going to do today. And then I'm going to repaint this old ladder. It's like an in-between step ladder size. I love the old green of it, so I'm just going to match the steps to like that old green. And I think I'm actually going to do these shutters today too. I have 2 big old wood shutters. I mean, they're big. They go all the way down to the ground from there. But I just sold a pair of shutters in my booth, so I need to replace those items. But this stack over here just has all kinds of good stuff. Old windows, old boards. I have like an old big chicken wire door. That's like an old barn door back there that you can't see at all. I'm sorry, that's a terrible shot. I have a mirror. I have like a little desk there. These old boards right here are so cool. I don't know if you can see how cool those are. And I have a couple others like this. So I do make signs, and those are intended to become signs. I just haven't had the time to get through everything, and I try to keep an inventory on hand for when things sell, or for times like now when I find myself having a little extra time and I can get some projects done. So I think for this video though, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this laundry sign. I'm going to upcycle this ladder, just repaint it a little bit, and then I'm going to show you a really cute craft with those shutters. So let's get started. I'm going to get started with that laundry sign that I'm going to be putting on that old ironing board. First, I'm going to make a stencil using my Cricut machine out of cardstock. I'll kind of show you a little bit of that process now. I used my Cricut to cut out my stencil using cardstock, and now I'm going to be painting the stencil using black paint from Walmart. I'll show you what I like to use for my stencils is this Waverly ink colored chalk paint from Walmart because it's really, really thick, so it's a lot less likely to run underneath the stencil. And I'm going to apply that with a makeup sponge. Now that my letters are almost dry, I'm going to actually add some color back to this board. I think it could use a little bit more character. So I'm going to use this antique walnut gel stain. And I'm going to focus around the edges just to add a little bit more darkness to it and a little more character to this board. If you've never used a gel stain before, it's pretty cool. It's almost more like a paint in that it can sit on top of a surface. So even if you have something like painted white, you can do the gel stain over the top and give it like a faux wood effect. So the gel stain's pretty cool. It can also just stain wood like regular. So I'm going to use that more like a paint right now and just kind of rub it around the edges and see if I can add some character to this piece. All right, guys, how cool did this turn out? I love it. I love this font, first of all. I just think it looks really farmhousey. I like the black on the old looking wood, but really the stain and the wood oil just kind of brought this board to life. I love how rustic it looks. It looks super antique now, which it really was. I mean, this is a true antique ironing board, but now it's a piece of art for your home, and I just think it looks great. So now I'm going to move on to refinishing this ladder. I really want to keep the green on the sides, and I had actually spray painted the steps white, thinking that the green and white would look nice together, and it looks pretty terrible. So I'm going to actually use the same gel stain that I used on the laundry sign, and this is a bit of an experiment. I don't know how it's going to look, but I'm going to try that first and see if I can make it look really, really old and antique, even though it is really an old antique. But I'm going to try to see if I can add some character that way. Okay, so the dye stain went terribly wrong and it looked horrible, so I went ahead and painted over it with this linen color that I use in almost every video from General Finishes. And I covered the dye stain on each step, and then I made a stencil with my Cricut just out of cardstock, and it just says 1, 2, and 3. I thought that would be kind of cute and farmhousey to go down the steps. I'm gonna paint the stencil using a black chalk paint. It's a Waverly brand from Walmart in the ink color. And I always do a stencil with a makeup sponge, and I just dab it really lightly in the paint, and don't have too much on your sponge. That's the best way to prevent the stencil from leaking. So I'm going to go ahead and do those numbers now. Here's how the numbers turned out. I think it looks really cute, and it gave it a little bit more visual interest. Moving right along to my third project, I will be painting these shutters using that same linen white milk paint from General Finishes. And I'm guessing I'll need 2, maybe 3 coats of that paint. The plan is to distress them after they're painted, and then I'm gonna hang wreaths on both of them and use some kind of cute ribbon to hang the wreaths on. And I will just be attaching the ribbon using a staple gun on the back. I thought I was just going to do 3 projects for this video, but since I have you here, I'm going to go ahead and make a door hanger while I'm at it. I've done these a few times for my booth. They've been really popular for me. I use this little high cutout, and then I use a round wood cutout. This is called the laminated pine round. It's 1 inch thick by 17 and 3/4 inches across. And you can find these at any hardware store. It'll look like this when you buy it. And I've already stained mine using, I believe, the medium brown General Finishes water-based dye stain that I use quite often. I bought this. It comes like in a natural color. And so I spray painted this one white. Hey, Lincoln, you need to stop. If you're wondering what's going on with the lights, that's my 2-year-old helping me out. So to start, I'm just going to be lining up this high word and attaching that. I always just use 2 nails because that really, I mean, it's very strongly attached. The finishing nails that I use are actually panel board nails, and they have like ridges throughout the whole nail length, which really makes these stick and attach. So those are nice and sturdy for me. Since I use black nails, I'll have to paint over those with white at the very end. Now I'm going to take some greenery. I'm on a real roll this afternoon getting some projects done. So I'm just going to keep going with it as long as my kids are, you know, not hurting each other for an extended period of time. I mean, it's not been a great afternoon, but they're doing okay downstairs playing right now. So I'm going to keep going. I have this really cool old barn door I've had in my garage for such a long time now. All I've done to prep it is just oil it so that it's really clean. And it really just gave it like a nice dark color. So what I'm going to do is attach the word family, and I just spray painted that white out in my garage, so that's drying right now. And then I'm going to do like a little buildup of florals on this top left corner, and I'm just using like scrap greenery that I have really like everywhere throughout my house, so I kind of gathered it all together and made a pile. So all I'm going to do now is just attach the greenery and attach the word, and I think I'll have a really pretty cool rustic sign at the end. And here are the final looks of how everything turned out. I just love this grouping together. Just a really good combination. I really, really like to combine old wood with white paint, with fresh greenery, and then with some black accents in the font, and especially with the gingham. I just think if you can combine green and wood and black and white, you're going to have a really fresh looking farmhouse color palette. I'm going to just get a little closer now. You can see how the ladder turned out with the numbers. Here's the door hanger. It turned out really pretty. You need to like kind of smush these over so you can read it a little bit better. And I attached a hanging rope on top. So that's just really nice. I think that's the only thing in here that's not an actual antique. This barn door was an antique, like I said earlier. I just think that turned out really pretty. I might still distress the white on the word family, but it's not quite dry yet. I just wanted to get this video done for you. And then, of course, the laundry sign, which I still love. I'm not quite sure yet if I'm going to be selling that. Oops. I thought the shutters turned out really nice with their wreaths. You can kind of see like the distressing I did on there. And you saw how quick that distressing process was. I mean, it really does not take long when you use a hand sander. I just use like a little orbital sander for that. And then this project I didn't even show you because I just really pulled it out of the garage, cleaned it off. I actually made this miniature little wreath out of just some wire and some greenery I had lying around. Hung it on a ribbon. I thought that was pretty cute. Yeah, so that is it. I'll just give you another little slow motion look and everything. Let me know what your favorite project is in the comments below. I would love to hear that. All right, guys, that's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day, guys. Bye.